Everyone fantasizes about owning a mansion, yet for most it remains just that, a fantasy beyond reach. But what if it wasn't? What if you could get one for free? Believe it or not, there are incredible mansions out there that can't find a buyer, no matter how low the price drops. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Forever Green. Today we'll show you mansions no one wants to buy for any price. From giant log cabins lost in the wilderness to luxurious estates haunted by their past, these places are more than meets the eye. Let's discover these incredible mansions and find out why even the richest are steering clear. So get ready, click subscribe, and let's dive in. 12. Granite Loma. Granite Loma might just be the king of log cabins, but it's sitting on its throne without a kingdom to rule. Tucked away in a remote corner of Michigan's Upper Peninsula, the historic estate boasts the title of the world's most expensive log cabin, yet it can't seem to find a buyer. Originally tagged at a whopping $40 million, the price has plummeted to $19.5 million after years of lonely listings. Despite offering an extensive 415 acres, a mile of shoreline, and a majestic 26,000 square foot cabin complete with a pool, orchard, and wind turbine, it's not exactly drawing crowds. The remote location, harsh weather, dated interiors, and the daunting cost of restoration have all but scared off potential buyers. It's a remarkable property with sky-high ceilings, a cozy wine cellar, and a relaxing hot tub. But even its spot on the National Register of Historic Places isn't enough to seal the deal. Once a hot item on Realtor.com, it saw some interest, but no handshake ever reached the closing table. Now with the price cut in half, Tom Baldwin, the owner, hopes for better luck. But it seems like this grand log palace is more of a splendid isolation than a hot product. 11. Four-bedroom house in Jordan. Imagine getting a house for free. That's what Coughlin from Minnesota is offering. In Minnesota, a homeowner is offering up her four-bedroom home for the grand sum of $0. Inherited from her grandmother, the town of Jordan's first female mayor, back in 2011, Coughlin is seen to find a buyer dedicated to preserving its historical value. But there's a catch. The house must be moved due to zoning laws. A project that could cost a new owner upwards of $200,000 for relocation and essential repairs. Previously used as a makeshift storage unit with no functioning electricals or plumbing, the house's location between a hill and a highway squashes any dreams of turning it into a complex due to the lack of parking. Despite the free price tag, finding a trustworthy buyer who can commit to preserving this piece of history has proven to be a tall order. 10. Lynwood Hall. If walls could talk, Lynwood Hall would surely have tales that could chill and charm in equal measure. This mansion in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania, has seen more than its share of screen time and sorrow. Built in 1897, it's featured in the 1991 Oscar-winning film The Silence of the Lambs, but its story doesn't end with Hollywood glamour. Originally constructed for the industrialist Peter A.B. Widener, with a staggering 110 rooms and at a cost of $8 million, it's one of the few surviving examples of neoclassical revival architecture from the Gilded Age. Tragedy struck the Widener family when Peter lost his eldest son and a grandson in the Titanic disaster, with only his wife Eleanor surviving the icy waters. After Widener's death, the mansion became too much for any family member to handle, leading to its sale in 1948 for a mere $130,000. Its last owner, a secretive leader of a Korean church, failed to turn it into a tax-saving seminary. Today, real estate agents whisper that keeping up this grand old home could gulp down $3 to $7 million a year in maintenance alone. The mansion, filled with secrets and surrounded by tragedy, continues to search for a keeper. If you like this video so far, leave a like, and you can also check out 20 most unusual houses in the world on our channel Forever Green. 9. Uptown Court. Uptown Court is a modern castle that no one seems to want. Uptown Court in Windlesham-Charray, once listed for a lofty €75 million, is still on the hunt for a new owner. Buyers shy away, daunted by the jaw-dropping cost to keep up a 103-bedroom palace. Now, this giant of a home sits under the care of Ireland's National Asset Management Agency thanks to a defaulted $50 million mortgage. The neoclassical Californian-style mansion sprawls across 11 of its 58 acres and boasts 24 en-suite rooms and not one, but 5 swimming pools. Maintenance costs alone have soared to 1.5 million euros annually, despite nearly 30 million euros already sunk into renovations. Built in 2002 and once the pride of Prince Sami Gaid of Egypt, the mansion features a 50-seat cinema, bowling alley, squash court, panic room, and a wine cellar with 3,000 bottles. It has a history marked by drama, surviving a devastating fire in 1987 when a fallen tree ruptured a gas line. Despite the grandeur and the facilities, the financial burden has proven too much, leading past investors to bankruptcy and leaving the mansion lingering in limbo. Too costly to maintain and too magnificent to let go. 8. Villa Vaggio. Frank Sinatra's once active hideaway, Villa Vaggio, named after his iconic role in From Here to Eternity, has been lingering quietly on the real estate market for a lengthy 14 years. Nestled deep in the Palm Desert, its remoteness seems to be the main problem in finding a new owner. This charming, wood-shingled retreat comes with 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, echoing the rural coziness of a bygone era. Despite its allure, including a full kitchen, a welcoming fireplace, and a deck that offers breathtaking mountain views, the home hasn't found its match. Listed initially in 2014 for $3.95 million, Villa Vaggio includes a spacious 3,880 square foot main residence and even boasts a helicopter pad for stylish arrivals and departures. Yet it waits for someone who can appreciate the solitude as much as Sinatra did when he retreated here to entertain A-list friends for nearly 12 years. It's not just a home, it's a slice of Hollywood history, just waiting for the right buyer to relive its legacy. 7. Schwep Mansion. While some mansions are too expensive and others too isolated, the Schwep Mansion is too haunted. Tucked away in the woods of Lake Forest, Illinois, the Schwep Mansion whispers tales of the past that are too eerie for many. This grand Gothic-style mansion, hidden along Lake Michigan shore, boasts an impressive 21,000 square feet and a 400-long-foot beach. It was a gift from Marshall Fields to his daughter Laura Shedd in 1917. A gesture of grandeur that later turned to tragedy. After Laura's death, which left her husband nearly penniless and led to his eventual suicide, the mansion seemed cursed. Plagued by reports of murders and haunted by restless spirits, it stood empty for nearly 50 years, its sinister reputation growing with each ghost sighting. In the 1980s, hope arrived with a family determined to restore its former glory. They invested heavily, hoping to dispel the shadows with a stunning $18 million price tag. But even after reducing the price to $8.5 million over a decade, the mansion remains unsold, its chilling past chilling the market. It's not just a home, it's a haunting story of opulence, despair, and ghosts that refuse to leave. The Schwep Mansion awaits a brave soul to write its next chapter, hopefully one less haunted. 6. The Lewis House. Aubrey Lewis was not just a Montclair man, he was a Montclair legend. An FBI worker, an All-American athlete, and a top executive, Lewis filled his life with remarkable achievements. He and his wife Anne raised their 5 kids in the historic Lewis home at 44 Pleasant Avenue, a charming 6-bedroom dwelling that covered 3,900 square feet and nearly a century of memories. But after Lewis passed away in 2001, the home's future became as uncertain as a leaf in the wind. The town wrestled with its fate for over 20 years, unable to secure its status as a historic site. In a last-ditch effort to save it from oblivion, the local government slapped a practically giveaway price tag of $10 on it in 2017. But there was a catch. The new owner would need to foot the bill to move and relocate the house. No buyers came forward with pockets deep enough or spirits brave enough to take on the challenge. Left with no other options, the town ultimately demolished the historic Lewis home, clearing the way for new development and closing a chapter on a local hero's legacy. A piece of Montclair's heart was lost, but Aubrey Lewis' legend undoubtedly lives on. Before proceeding on to our next selection, we invite you to explore our video on 12 coolest robot animals you won't believe exist. Now, back to our list. 5. S.K. Pierce Mansion. The S.K. Pierce Mansion in Gardner, Massachusetts is not just any old house. It's a gateway to the past with a ghostly twist. Built between 1873 and 1875 by Sylvester K. Pierce, a prominent businessman who ran a thriving chair factory right across the street, this mansion quickly became a landmark. With its impressive 4-story tower peeking over the mansard roof and interiors boasting 11-foot ceilings, 10 bedrooms, and exquisite woodwork, it was a marvel of its time. However, as the years rolled on, the grand mansion fell into despair, its glory days overshadowed by eerie tales. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, it was known more for its ghostly wails, sightings of spectral figures, and chilling encounters than its architectural beauty. After years of standing dilapidated and abandoned, the mansion hit the market with a startlingly low asking price of just $329,000. It finally caught the eye of new owners who embarked on a significant restoration project. Today, the restored haunted Victorian mansion offers nightly tours, thrilling visitors with its spine-tingling history. Whether it's a lure of ghost stories or a stunning restoration, the SK Mansion promises a peek into the world where the past meets the paranormal. Dare to step inside? 4. The Watcher Home. In 2014, the Brodus family's dream of settling into the picturesque 657 Boulevard in New Jersey quickly turned into a chilling nightmare. This stunning early 1900s home, boasting 6 bedrooms, 4 fireplaces, and 4 baths, became the eerie stage for a terrifying series of events. No sooner had they moved in than they received menacing letters from someone threateningly calling themselves the Watcher. This mysterious figure claimed a haunting vigil over the house and the family since the 1920s, chillingly addressing the Broduses by name. Originally purchased for $1.5 million, the home's value dropped as the sinister saga unfolded. The story of the Watcher flowed through the neighborhood, casting a shadow too dark for any potential buyer to cross. Eventually, the property sold for over $900,000, a steep drop from its initial price. Despite its breathtaking charm, the mansion remains a tough sell, now more famous than ever after inspiring the popular 2022 Netflix series The Watcher. The once enviable residence now waits for someone brave enough to look past its ghostly fame and reclaim it as a dream home. 3. Tudor-style homes. Imagine catching a grand Tudor-style mansion in Detroit's historic Boston Edison neighborhood for just $1,000. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? But it's real. These sprawling homes, complete with 7 bedrooms, 69 windows, and even an indoor fountain, are part of a city-led effort to revive a neighborhood dotted with abandoned gems. Originally built in the 1920s, these 4,200 square foot mansions boast spacious lots and the charm of early 20th century architecture. However, there's a catch. They need a lot of love and a hefty investment to bring them back to life. Electrical systems, plumbing, and general repairs are all on the to-do list for any brave soul willing to take on the challenge. Through the Building Detroit home auction, starting bids for these homes kick off at $10,000, aiming to find new owners ready to restore their old world glory. The city hopes to find saviors for 400 homes, turning fixer-uppers into dream homes and breathing new life into this grand old neighborhood. 2. The Victorian Folly. Step up to a unique challenge with the Victorian Folly, an architectural marvel towering at 218 feet. This historical skyscraper built in the 1880s is not just the world's tallest building made of unreinforced concrete, it's a stair climber's paradise with 330 steps leading up to breathtaking views. Owned by the enterprising Paul Atlas, this 14-story tower house comes equipped with a 6-foot-deep swimming pool, making it a truly one-of-a-kind residence. Though it may be a tough sell due to its towering nature, the Folly is far from a folly when it comes to earnings, raking in €35,000 a year from emergency services and mobile phone providers. Plus, the clever design allows for windows to be removed, easing the hefty task of moving furniture in and out. Despite hitting the market in 2018 and failing to find a buyer within 45 days, the legacy of this home runs deep. Paul's grandfather called the 14th floor home since 1995, raising 2 children in this sky-high haven. The Victorian Folly stands as evidence to grandeur and history, awaiting a buyer who's not afraid to rise to the occasion. 1. The Priestley House. Step into the past with this hauntingly beautiful Priestley Mansion in Canton, Mississippi, where history and mystery intertwine. Built in 1852 by the town's first doctor, Dr. James Priestley, this mansion sprawls over 5,000 acres and is a perfect specimen of Southern antebellum Greek Revival architecture. With its elegant swimming pool, library, office, parlor, and music room, Dr. Priestley spared no expense enhancing his home until the early 1900s. After decades of silence and emptiness following the Priestley's family departure, the mansion was sold in 1996. The new owners undertook rigorous restoration, hoping to reclaim its former glory, and placed it back on the market for a cool $1 million. Despite a price cut, the mansion remains unsold, perhaps due to its eerie residence. Legend has it that the ghost of Dr. Priestley himself, along with a spectral woman on the porch and unsettling moans and screams, haunt the halls of this majestic home. For those brave enough to overlook its ghostly reputation, the Priestley Mansion promises not just a home, but an endless adventure into the supernatural. Would you consider purchasing any of the mansions we've showcased today? Are there any houses in your neighborhood that seem impossible to sell? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating adventures from Forever Green.